This is the plaintiff, Claudette Jump Knott. She says the defendant hit her with his car as she tried to cross the street. The force of the impact sent her into the air and she landed on the ground unconscious. The defendant ran the red light and he almost killed her, for God's sakes. She's here suing for the state max of $5,000 for all the pain and suffering she's endured. This is the defendant, Darrell Shaw Tomlinson. He says the plaintiff was in the wrong by crossing the street where she did. The cops didn't even ticket him for anything, and the report even states it wasn't his fault. Did he hit the plaintiff? Yes. But she illegally walked in front of his car, and he owes her nothing for her so-called injuries. He's accused of steering himself right into a lawsuit.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff was crossing the street when the defendant hit her. She flew in the air, but the defendant says she was in the wrong, crossing where she shouldn't. It's the case of, I gotta bounce.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Claudette Jump Knott.
Yes.
You are suing Darrell Shaw Tomlinson for $5,000 for pain and suffering that, according to you, is his fault because he hit you with his car. Tell me what happened.
Yes, I was coming from the store with my daughter, and I put her behind me, and then I just stepped. The light was red, and he came around and hit me.
Okay, I'm going to need you to describe it. Can you walk around and go to, come on over here?
Thank you.
Okay, so that's Burnham Street, and that's Blue Hills Avenue. Where were you?
In Burnham Street.
Okay. You were on Blue Hill?
Correct.
You're coming from here and you make a left?
Correct.
All right. So according to him, his car comes from here and it's making a left to go here. All right. Where are you coming from? This part of the street or this part of the street?
I was at the store.
Which is this part of the street?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're crossing and he hits you, where's your body when he hits you? If he's making the left and he's here, where's your body when he hits you?
Right here.
Okay. What are you doing there?
I was on the sidewalk, so I put my foot down to cross over, and the light was red.
Okay, but why aren't... This is where you're supposed to be crossing, at the corner. You're not at the corner. You've put yourself where there's a couple of cars distance. So why are you crossing? Why are you jaywalking?
No, not jaywalking. I was out to the road. I can't...
Had you already crossed here?
Yes, I already crossed.
So you'd already jaywalked, and you're almost about to finish your jaywalking, and that's when you're hit. But why are you crossing here?
I was not in the middle of the road.
No, but you're crossing in the. You're not in the middle of the road. Jaywalking is where you cross the street in a place you're not supposed to. All these places are places you're not supposed to. It's just the intersection that you're supposed. Were you in the intersection?
I wasn't walking. I was just getting off the pace and put my legs down. And the light was red. I don't know anything else.
Ma'am, are you crossing here, yes or no?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Now, who is the child who is with you? Is she your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she was with you? Crossing the street?
She was with me.
Okay. How old is she?
12.
Okay. How come he didn't hit her?
She was in front of me, and I put her behind me to step out to cross.
Okay. You tell me what you say happened, and in a moment I'll talk to her. Go ahead.
No, like you said, I was coming down Blue Hills, made the left on the burner. As I made the left, there were two cars at the light. I had the green to make the left. The red light was going.
Well, yeah, I mean, the light she would see from where she is the red light of the people on Burnham, which you're not on Burnham. You're making the...
There were two cars at the light. There was a pickup and a white van. As I made the left, she stepped out from behind
when you're
the white
saying
van.
there were two cars at the light, you're referring to, can I have a third car, please? You're referring to here?
Yep.
Okay.
There was one. There was one there and one behind it.
Thank you. So there's another one behind it. Come on over here and show me.
So if she's jaywalking, is that a defense for him hitting her?
No, pedestrian always has right of way.
But what if the pedestrian's violating the law, crossing in the middle of the street?
Well, he could still stop. You just move out of the way.
That sounds so unreasonable, doesn't it? I'm being sarcastic.
Well, yeah, right?
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
All right. So you can move her and you can move yourself.
Okay. So And
So the red car is you. That red car,
This
that's
is me
you.
here.
You're
And
making a left, and
make
then
the
what
left.
happened?
And also here is also parked cars.
Okay,
So there's a series of parked cars here and then the street.
okay.
That's where she was.
So she comes out from behind the second car?
Right, because as I'm coming down this way, there's a third car here who starts flashing and beeping the horn.
To
I
get
don't-
your attention.
Either mine or hers. I
Or
don't
hers.
know, because she crossed in front of her. And then boom.
What was the first thing did you see a human or did you hear the honking?
It was all
All
simultaneously.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
So you stopped though, right?
Oh yeah, I stopped. I'm going to call the cops and call everybody.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant you didn't kill her, you didn't run over her.
No, it was boom, and I just hit the brakes
So
automatically.
you hit the brakes when you heard the thud?
Exactly.
Gotcha. And what happened to her? Did you see what happened to her?
She went down. I really didn't, check. She was talking. She was coherent. I
Right.
didn't see any broken blood. There was no blood. And then that was about it. And I went back to my car and called the cops.
Go ahead and go back. Hi, my dear. What's your name?
Adisha.
Come on up. How are you?
Good.
How old are you?
12.
Were you with your mom this day? Where were you? Behind her, in front of her, next to her?
Behind.
Did you see her get hit? Okay. And what happened to her when she got hit?
She flew and dropped on the floor.
She flew?
ground, yeah.
And then ended up landing on the ground. Did you go to the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
When you went to the hospital, had you broken any bones or anything?
No, but they say bruises.
Bruises.
I was in a lot of pain.
Right. All right, Adisha, where were you guys crossing? Did you cross in between some cars?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was like, it was a red light, the car stopped.
Right, but see, here's the thing. The only light you guys can see, there's a light here. You guys can see the one that's facing you where you're crossing. The one you're facing is, of course, red because this guy over here has the green light and he's turning. This is my greatest fear with my teenage children, is that they don't have a sense of the guy who's making the left who's about to run over them. So, this is why you don't cross on a red, okay? You think it's only about this. It's not. It's also about these people who have a green. Okay, so how is this accident his fault? He's doing what he's supposed to do. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's got a green light. He turns. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. You're lucky you're not dead. Okay, crossing, and not just you, but crossing with your baby. We end this today.
Well, anyway, God see what happened. I'm not telling any lie.
Okay. No, you're not. You're not telling any lie. You've just told me how it happened. What I am trying to explain to you is that when it happens that way, he didn't do anything wrong and he doesn't have to pay you $5,000. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Not that he didn't hit you, not that it wasn't painful. I'm sure it was. You have no case because it's not his fault. That's what you need in order to have a case. It has to be his fault. And it's not his fault. It's your fault. So this is the time where we say, thank you, God, all-knowing God, for not letting me kill myself and my 12-year-old. Verdict for the defendant.
So the defendant prevails. The judge says Ms. Jumpnut, the plaintiff, does not have a case. Ma'am, I have to ask you, do you understand the judge's verdict, what she said?
He's telling lie.
He's telling a lie?
Yes,
Why do you say that?
because it's not like that.
What happened?
I know I wasn't wrong, but I'm going to take it wrong because I know he's lie. He's telling lie.
Now listen, the judge said you're wrong, and I'm really sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
Okay, all righty. Thank you much. Now, here comes Mr. Tomlinson. This is kind of a shame you had to be brought into court, but you weren't lying, right?
No, not at all.
And I'm sure you felt terrible, right?
Yeah, I did.
Were you worried that she was seriously
I was
injured?
worried. I mean, I've never hit anybody before, so.
She said she flew up in the air and landed unconscious. Was that
She
right?
just kind of bounced off the front of the car and hit the ground.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Harvey?
Okay, well, this gentleman here, he's absolutely right. You are not allowed to hit somebody. If you see them, you have to stop. But clearly, in this case, that was not the case.